It is tier list time. A monthly tier list stream. People really like the tier list streams. And that makes me very happy. So I like when numbers... It's kind of tragic, isn't it? Imagine the Terminator, but to kill Butthead. That would be very easy. Maybe, unless comedy intervenes. But anyway, we got tier lists again. I got some submitted by Movie Brat, who was the only person to submit ones to me, so the rest of you are slacking. But before we do that, let me... we're going to do some Christmas-themed ones, because it's December. Let me get some music up in here. Got video game playlist, Christmassy themed music. Hopefully we don't get copyright claimed. I'm gonna put the volume low. Volume is low. Leave me alone, Nintendo. I have nothing you want. Yeah, the rest of you, if anybody finds any interesting ones over the course of the stream, feel free to link them, and I will probably get to them. Alright, so, for the last couple of streams we did, the first one we did Cartoon Network shows. I don't know if it was the second one or the third one I did, or whatever, one of them I did. We did Nickelodeon shows. So I think it's only appropriate that we do Disney shows to complete the trilogy. And after this, I don't know where else we're gonna go. Maybe Netflix shows, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure something out. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of Disney shows here. Disney Afternoon, more modern stuff, bunch of stuff I just have not seen, so let's get started here, shall we? Alright. Bonkers. Bonkers is one of those shows that people hate. I'm scared of getting copyright. I've actually gotten copyright claims on videos where I had background music, so I'm just gonna keep it as low as possible. Bonkers, apparently, like, people hate Bonkers. I've only seen a little bit of it. Yeah, but yeah, I know, the Animaniacs took a shot at Bonkers. Fun fact, the Bonkers show was, I believe, an original concept for a Roger Rabbit series or something like that. I don't remember the exact thing for it. I've seen a little bit of it. I think it's okay. It's not the best. It's like they're trying to do, it was like Disney trying to do more Looney Tunes stuff, and it was fine, I guess. I'll put it in C. It's okay. Marsupilami, I have not actually seen this. It was it's that animal with the really, really long tail, and that's all I remember about it. And it had a video game. So, there's that. There's Fun Joe. It's French. Probably too bonkers. Well, I haven't really seen much of it, so I'm gonna have to put it in haven't seen. Now, here we go. The Aladdin animated series. I loved the Aladdin animated series. It's based on a French comic. Oh, cool. I do really love the Aladdin show. I wish more people knew about it. I think it's on Disney Plus, or at least hopefully all of it's on Disney Plus. Disney Plus is like weird about Disney in general. Surprisingly, is not always. It's not on Disney. Oh God, Disney in general does not seem to be very attentive when it comes to preserving their stuff, which is very surprising considering the company's history and what it's done for, like, the animation industry. You'd think they would be down to, you know, preserve everything they have. But Aladdin show was really good. I'm gonna put Aladdin in A tier. All right, now we're getting. There's gonna be some stuff here. I already see things that I don't. But Gargoyles. I actually did not watch Gargoyles when I do like the. Yes. Yeah, wasn't there like a scene with Jafar and Hades just like broing out or something? Anyway, Gargoyles, I mean, how could you not? I actually didn't watch it when it first came out, but I have since watched, not all of it, but I've seen quite a bit of it. But yeah, Gargoyles, the episode that stuck with me the most is the gun episode. that was that was very ballsy of Disney to do that. Like, they held nothing back in that episode. It was amazing. Okay, Timon and Pumbaa. I don't think I've actually watched any of the Timon and Pumbaa show. Nobody denied that. Nope. You know what? I wish that April Fool's thing came about. Like, the trade-off that Disney and Marvel did, where like Disney got Big Hero 6 and Marvel got Gargoyles. I wish that was true, but it's not. Well, anyway, Timon and Pumbaa. I don't think I've watched any of the Timon and Pumbaa show. It was okay. Yeah, it seems like it would be. Schnookums and Meat. This was like Disney's attempt to cash in at on like Ren and Stimpy. I have not seen the show, but I have heard it's terrible. So, in all fairness, I have to put it in haven't seen. Quack Pack. Oh god. Quack Pack is like Disney going, "How do you do, fellow kids?" See, it's just okay. Lamentant Cancer. Yeah, that's what I've heard about it. Quack Pack is I don't know how fondly remembered Quack Pack is. Like, it doesn't seem to be as remembered well as, like, you know, the other Disney afternoon stuff. Yeah. I'm trying to even, like, I don't think I've seen a lot of it either. I might have to, Anything Has Fans. Yeah. It's a very hated show. Yeah. Well, I think, again, in the interest of fairness, I should probably just put it in haven't seen, because I have not seen a lot of it. I've seen people talk about it. I've seen, like, videos about it and stuff, but I've not seen it myself. The Mighty Ducks. The existence of this show baffles me to this day. You have the movie The Mighty Ducks, which is just about kids playing hockey. And then suddenly, you have the era being radical. The 90s! The 90s, dude! Everything was extreme! Just like the Mighty Ducks. Okay, I haven't seen a lot of the Mighty Ducks. I think it's fine. I have to, like, sit down and watch. It's not a very long show, either. The era TMNT knockoffs. Yeah. Yeah, the Anaheim Ducks, I believe. But it's weird that they went from the movie about kids playing hockey to friggin' this. like what happened? something split off, like the timeline split off and then reconverged or something. I don't know. Something weird happened. I'll put it in a high C. Again, I have not watched all of it, but I guess it's fine. Animal superheroes were... Yeah, the anthropomorphic crime fighters, as I've coined the phrase I coined that nobody uses, is Tailspin. Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get to Tailspin. So it's on here somewhere, right? Oh, please. Hey, there it is. Okay. At the end. Alright. Disney's version of Doug. Okay. I have seen Nickelodeon's Doug. I've not seen much of Disney's Doug, though. I've seen the movie, which was kind of mediocre, honestly. I mean, well, the show in general is just kind of mediocre. It's okay, I guess. Doug is lame, both yeah, I mean, it's fine. I know there are people that do like Doug, but I'm not. I'm gonna put Doug in D. That seems appropriate. D for Doug. That's my logic. Alright. It sucks a lot. Alright. Fair enough. Jungle Cubs. Oh god, I forgot about this show. This is like... They took the Jungle Book animals and they made them like babies. And that's about it. It's like baby Baloo and baby the elephant and baby Bagheera. I don't know why this exists, but I've not seen it, so... Chad, Hey Arnold versus Virgin Doug. The Wuzzles. I kind of like the Wuzzles. It's not a very memorable show, aside from, like, what the characters are. Because they were based on, you know, plush toys. I'm gonna put them in C. You know, because from what I heard is kind of tragic if you think of. Is it really? Huh. I don't know much about it. Nightmare Ned. I don't know what this is. Surprisingly, I don't think I've ever actually heard of this show. So, into the bin. The 101 Dalmatians show. I haven't seen that either. Alright, these next couple ones, people are gonna be mad at me. But these were shows a little bit after my time. Recess. I know a lot of people love the show. I have not seen it. Not at all. Pepper Ann. Again, I have heard people rave about this one. I have not seen it. They even had really? Oh god. PB&J. This is yeah, I recognize this show too. I've not seen it. This looks like more of a more children's. Okay, here's the Hercules show. I don't think I've seen much of this either. So off you go. It was a Playhouse. Okay. What is this one? Hades just hit. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. I'm sure Hades was the best part of it. I recognize the Weekenders. Okay, I recognize the characters, but again, this is like this era right here, like this era of Disney, I have a little bit of a problem with. So, because I've not really watched any of these, so that's gonna be an issue. This is another one. I recognize the characters, but I don't know. I've not seen it. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, the show that got done dirty by Disney. Otherwise, why the hell did they make a Buzz Lightyear Pixar movie? Teacher's Pet, okay. Again, I've not seen a lot of this, but I remember, I do remember liking it. John Lasseter hated it, really? I'm gonna put B for Buzz. For what little I've seen of it. I do remember liking it, though. House of Mouse. Okay. House of Mouse was more of a... Yeah, House of Mouse wasn't as big as it should have been. I do like the idea of, like, all the Disney characters, like, showing up every once in a while. Like, even characters from the movies. There is a great scene, and you can find it on YouTube, of Mickey Mouse as Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey Mouse having a wizard duel with Jafar, and it's awesome. But yeah, House of Mouse was okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes it just don't work. Sometimes people just don't watch big crossovers. It's like Metopia. Anyway, Gummy Bears is awesome. I'm gonna put Gummy Bears in S tier. You want a good like fantasy, like swords and sorcery type of show that's like fun? This one. Lloyd in Space. I recognize this, but I've not seen it. Again, this is like you're gonna see a pattern form of like this era of Disney that I just did not watch. So I'm sorry. Maybe they're good. Maybe they're not. I just didn't see them. The Tarzan series. I don't think I watched this either. Damn. This is one of those times where I'm like, oh, Disney did a series on that movie? Really? Okay, good enough. I'll put you next to Hercules, because I ain't seen you. Tarzan series is supposed to be set in the same universe as Atlantis. Really? Well, wasn't there supposed to be an Atlantis animated series as well? And then they like canceled it, but they did like a terrible direct-to-DVD sequel instead. Didn't look like you watched Disney Saturday mornings on ABC. Nope, apparently I did not. I don't know. It got to a point in my life where I stopped wanting to wake up early on Saturdays because I was just so tired from the week. I don't know what this is. So you Mr. Superhero Kid, you go over there. Main villain Tarzan series was supposed to be a rival. She has connections. Really? Huh. Okay, Kim Possible. I've not seen a whole lot of Kim Possible. I did like it when I saw it. I like the spy stuff. And I've seen, other people talk about the show. I don't really care for like the school aspect of it. The show was like 50-50 for me. It was like, I like the spy stuff and I like the action, but then it's like, oh no, I'm late for test. It was a lot of fun. I did like what I saw. So I'm going to put, okay, I'm going to put it as a high B only because, like I said, I haven't seen a whole lot of it. The episode they're getting sucked through different TV channels. I'm gonna have to watch that one in particular. Impossible good. That's all I can say. Yeah, very dated now. I'm sure it is. It's A tier. You think? It probably would be A tier if I saw more of it. So anyway, this one is Fillmore, I think it's called. It's like he's like a hall monitor. They're like cops inside the school. I think I've only seen like 2 episodes of this, so I think, in all fairness, I'm gonna have to put it in. Haven't seen. The Lilo and Stitch TV show, aka Disney's answer to Pokemon. And yes, apparently like all the Disney shows like converged into this show. Like Kim Possible was in an episode, the Proud Family was, probably some other ones I can't think of at the moment. But yeah, like other shows like showed up in this show. That's how cool Stitch is. He gets to hang out with Kim Possible and other Disney characters of shows I have not seen. Yeah, the Lilo and Stitch cartoon was really good. I'm gonna put, it's not S tier, but I'm gonna give it a high A. This is Dave the Barbarian. I remember watching some of this. It was kind of funny. Interesting, the way I heard about this show was, I remember hearing on a radio station that the guys from Metallica were going to be voicing in a cartoon, and it was like, I think James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich were voiced. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was like James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich were dragons in the show. And I remember that episode. But yeah, this was a pretty funny show. The Pegasus voice. Seriously? I might have to watch more of this. But I do remember liking it. So you know, I'm gonna put it. I'll put it in B for Barbarian. Anyway, moving on. That's Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. That was like, oh, it was Jeff Bennett doing. Oh, okay. This is Charlie Adler doing the voice, who is always great. I don't think I saw much of it though. There you go. Thumbs down. Do people like this? Was this a well-liked show or not? I do like to hear feedback on the ones that I put in here as well, where I'm just like, I have not seen that, and then people are like, that was my childhood. Very skippable. Alright, so it was just kind of mediocre, I guess. American Dragon Jake Long. Not seen it. Again, it's a show that I think a lot of people like. But yeah, it just never got around to watching it. I know he has like the powers to turn into a dragon and fight bad guys, I guess. And he was voiced by Dante Bosco. I think I told this story on stream, but I heard a story about when they were making the show. I think Dante Bosco did like a panel at a convention or something, and he was talking about how like they were making the show. At one point, some people from Disney like sat him down and showed him Rule 34, and they said, and I quote, "This is what they're gonna do to your character." And I kind of want to find like where that convention, like if there's footage of that somewhere. That was kind of word of mouth, so I don't know how like valid that is, but it does seem like something that would happen, but I don't know. Anyway, that is the buzz on Maggie. She's a fly. She goes, and I haven't seen it. I believe it. Yeah, I believe it too. I would love to have that confirmed though. Just to, you know, we'll have it confirmed. DuckTales, S tier. Absolutely wonderful. Love DuckTales. Just a blank explanation on my rule. It kind of baffles me if there's people that still don't know what that is. Like, I've found out what it is through, like, against my own wishes, against my own will. Like, how could you kind of avoid it these days, unless you just stay off the internet entirely? Original Webby. Okay, I didn't hate Original Webby. I kind of get why people wouldn't like her, but I never like hated her. To me, she was like, just, I don't know, she was just like the younger kid of the group, you know? So her ways seem to be like pretty appropriate, but whatever. Well, but we can all agree we don't. Yeah, people hate her. I think we can all agree nobody liked Bubba. So unless y'all are gonna say that, and I'm gonna look wrong. Reba Webby they did improve her. Yes, they did. Yeah, everyone agrees Webby is better in the reboot, but I didn't mind her in the original show. The Emperor's New Dance School, or whatever the heck this was called. I didn't watch that either. As much as I loved this movie, I think it's honestly like one of Disney's best, despite the stories behind it. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, The Emperor's New Groove was originally supposed to be a very different movie. Like, it was gonna be The Prince and the Pauper, but with, you know, this aesthetic behind it. And I forget exactly what, I think they just got too ambitious with it, and eventually like deadlines started happening, so they kind of rewrote the whole thing. And yeah, it's very interesting what happened to that movie, and you can see like original storyboards for it with David Spade's singing over it, and I believe they used some of the songs originally from the original version as like the end credits or something. But yeah, look up the history of The Emperor's New Groove. It's very fascinating, and apparently they did not like how it turned out, despite them making one of the funniest Disney movies ever. I'm serious. And they were like, "Oh, it's terrible. What are you talking about? This is great." Two adults. Was it two adults? Is that why they did that? I heard they just got Sting just never really. Sting didn't like it. Well, if Sting didn't like it, then anyway, this is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. This is like a kids show. I saw my friend Mike show this to his kids, so that goes there. This is The Replacements? I think that's what that's called. What movie we're talking? The Emperor's New Groove. About how The Replacement. About how like it wasn't originally supposed to be the way it was. Yeah, did not see that either. Didn't see it. Shorty McShorts, that's like, okay, I get this confused with like the Nickelodeon random cartoons as well. I don't remember like what they showed with this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it there. That's the Winnie the Pooh kids show. You can go in there. I don't know what this is either, so that looks like a kids show. I'm gonna put that there as well. Just get ahead of ourselves. All right, Phineas and Ferb, S tier. Phineas and Ferb go in S tier, absolutely, 100%. This show is awesome. Hold up, is the other show on here? What was the yes, it is. There it is. Milo Murphy's Law. This show's great, but we'll get to that. Kick Buttowski, go with the rest. All right, so fish hooks. I have seen this. I heard people hated the show. Like, they hated this show. So I decided to check it out myself. Like, this was a highly hated show from what I've heard. I don't know if that's, accurate, but I decided to check it out, and honestly, it's like, okay. Like, I didn't find anything particularly bad about it. So, I mean, you had Justin Roiland in an early role. I think Alex Hirsch worked on this as well. But yeah, apparently people hated this from what I've heard, but it's fine. I think it's fine. I'll put it in C. Jake in Neverland, go in the category of kids shows and stuff from not my generation. All right, Winnie the Pooh. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, a lot of Winnie the Pooh stuff kind of blends together for me. Alex voiced the girl Clam. Really? A lot of Winnie the Pooh stuff kind of blends together for me. Like, the movies and the shows and, a lot of that. This was the show. I don't remember how much of the show I've seen because, like I said, it blends together with the movie. The movies and stuff. But I do like Winnie the Pooh, so I'll put it in B tier because it's, it's Winnie the Pooh. How can you not? Motor City, another show that got done dirty by Nickelodeon. Sorry, Force of Habit, by Disney. This was Chris Pronowski, or what the heck his name was, behind Megas XLR. My God, that guy cannot get a break when it comes to making a TV show. The show was really good. It had a cool style. It had fun, sometimes very interesting characters. It had an interesting world, good concept. The cartoon looked sick. Yeah. Everything about this was cool. So, you know what? You go at A tier, friend. This would probably be an S tier if it had kept going. Yeah. Good. If you've not seen Motor City, look it up. I believe this is not on Disney Plus yet. So, yeah, again, Disney not dropping the ball. Tron Uprising was really good. As a Tron fan, I really liked it. Here's the thing about this show, though. It is literally the plot of Batman Beyond. Like, seriously, it is just Batman Beyond. Same animation studio working on Moon Girl. Really? Yeah, Tron Uprising was cool, but it is literally just Batman Beyond. The plot of Batman Beyond. But I did really like... I'm going to put that in A tier as well. Again, another show that got done dirty by Disney. It's mostly because of, like, Tron kind of getting shelved again. Because they were going to do another movie after Tron Legacy. But I believe too many other movies that came after it bombed. Like, I think, was it like Tomorrowland and The Big Friendly Giant? Like, they didn't do so well, so Disney went into panic mode and just canceled it. I think Bruce Boxleitner was very upset about that too. Yeah, Tomorrowland. What's funny is Tomorrowland is a very good movie. Like, it's very good. I've seen it since, and I'm like, wow, this is good. Why did nobody see this? But yeah, very unfortunate thing to happen. These two, I think, deserve to be next to each other. They want to do a Tron ride? Disney, they should. Gee, Gravity Falls, where do you think that'll go? Gravity, you know what? Gravity Falls deserves to be like at the top. This show is great. There are two types of people in the, well, there are three types of people in this world. People who have seen Gravity Falls and people who have seen Gravity Falls and love it. People who haven't seen Gravity Falls yet, and people who are wrong. Who are just wrong. Like, if you don't like Gravity Falls, you are wrong. You are adrift in your sea of wrong, on your wrong boat, catching wrong fish and living off their wrong meats from your wrong fishing rod. You are wrong. Wrong. Sophia, that goes there. The Mickey Mouse shorts. Okay, these to me are mostly hit or miss, but I do really like them. So I'm gonna put them in B. Alright, Wander Over Yonder. This is another show that got done dirty by Disney. Boy, that seems to be a theme, huh? It's almost like the animation industry is kind of a mess. I'm gonna put Wander Over Yonder as an S tier because this show is so good. Like, it's Craig McCracken. I mean, come on. Like, the guy has yet to have a miss. Yeah, so this got canceled. Then he went over to do. You know what? I've been wanting a chance to like bring this up, but did you guys hear like what Craig McCracken said not too long ago on Twitter? You thought Nickelodeon was bad at handling. They have their own set of problems. Okay, each of the three networks has their own specific set of problems. I mean, there's certainly overlap, but. No, but did you guys hear like what Craig McCracken said not too long ago? And it has me very upset as well. And it's kind of harkens to what a lot of people have been believing about like the entertainment business. So here's the thing about Craig McCracken is that he's very active on Twitter. So if you tweet a question to him, he is very likely to answer because I see him do it all the time. Someone recently asked him why he returned to Cartoon Network for the Powerpuff Girls and the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends revivals. He said, and I quote, "Networks do not want original properties anymore." And then people asked him about Kid Cosmic. He said that he pitched 16 ideas to Netflix. Kid Cosmic barely got picked up, and Netflix considers it to be a failure. Those were his words. And that makes me very, very upset. He seems, you know, he has a lot of credibility behind him. Yeah, Netflix, unfortunately. But the fact that he made this show, which is great, by the way. If you have not seen Kid Cosmic on Netflix, you need to watch it. It's 3 seasons long. It has a conclusive ending. It's a very well-contained series. Barely. Yeah, I noticed that too. About that seems to be the that seems to be a theme with just streaming in general. It's like they create their own original shows, and then you know it comes out, people rave about them, and then they just kind of get forgotten about. And it's not just cartoons either. It's like any live action thing that's been done, like you know. It kind of happens with like a lot of the Disney Plus stuff. Like, you know, when was the last time anyone really talked about Mandalorian? What's the point of greenlighting a show if they expect it to be terrible? I know, right? Kid Cosmic gets a hard recommendation from me. Like I said, if you've not seen it, see it. It is a wonderful show. But yeah, that had me very upset about that because, you know, given how, you know, this show was treated And then he went off to, like, he's been to 3 networks now. He's been to Cartoon Network, he's been to Disney, and then he went to Netflix. Now he's back at Cartoon Network, redoing old shows. And that's just so upsetting to me, especially me, someone who has, you know, ideas for animated pilots and animated shows and would love to one day make them happen. But, you know, I'm sorry for being too original, I guess. Well, I'm not that original, but you know what I mean. All right, we need to move on from this. The 7D is another really, really good show. I loved it when I first watched it. I'm gonna put that in A. This was a good, like, era for Disney right here. Like this right here. Because, you know, I grew up with Disney Afternoon from like 80s and 90s. And then, like, this era of Disney I missed out on. But then I came back for this. And it was so good. Yeah, if you've not watched 7D, watch it. It's hilarious. Speaking of another good show, Pen Zero Part-Time Hero. I don't think this is on Disney Plus either. I really liked the show. Again, same era. Right there. This show does not deserve to be forgotten about. It's really good. It's very funny, very creative. The creator of it followed me on Twitter for a while. He unfollowed me at some point. I don't know what I said or did to make that happen, but, you know. I like the show. Alright. Star versus the Forces of Evil. This is... Okay, so... People might not like this, but... I think Pen Zero is better than this show. Moon Girl, Devil Knight, Lawrence Fishburne, really? Okay. He's the Beyonder, nice. It could have been, I don't know. I think he followed me because of the video I did about it. Okay, anyway, Star vs. the Force of Evil. I remember going to an animation conference and getting a sneak preview of the intro to it, and I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. And then I watched it, and it was kind of cool. And it was very good for a while. It was interesting characters, interesting, you know, premise. But yeah, it did kind of lose steam. I don't think I've seen the final season of it. And that's when I felt like, I think this has ran its course, you know? But, yeah, this is controversial because when I did my top 5 of the year, of that year, I put Pen Zero above Star, and I think people were upset about that. I wonder if they still feel that now. People don't like the Star vs. the Force of Evil. Oh, really? It's one of those? Ugh. Okay, is this... I think this is those shorts that, the guys that made Homestar Runner did, I think. Game of Thrones effect? Pretty much. This is why I firmly believe that things should have an ending, like a confirmed ending. But you know, because things get stale, you gotta wrap things up and, you know, leave people satisfied. Anyway, I forget what this was called. This was like a series of shorts that the Homestar Runner guys did for Disney. I honestly can't remember much about them. So go into the haven't seen. 2 More Eggs, that's what it was called. It's very weird and abstract. Alright, Chippendale Rescue Rangers original. You stand right there next to DuckTales, sir. Sirs. Pickle and Peanut. Looks like we got our first F tier. Because I have seen this, and I hate it. This was like when all the shows tried to be regular show. It's like, oh, let's just get 2 goofy guys together, and we can have like fun stuff happen. And then we got like this and like Breadwinners and probably other stuff. Anyway, Descendants, have not seen that. The Lion Guard, I have not seen that. Elena of Avalor, have not seen that. Like Tom Goes to the Mayor, not exactly. I didn't really hate it. I just like the parody episode they did a parody episode of Tailspin. Really? All right, I'm intrigued slightly. Speaking of which, Future Worm, you go right there next to your pals Pickle and Peanut in the F tier. Bad show. Very bad. What is not a bad show is Milo Murphy's Law. I'm gonna put that right next to Phineas and Ferb, because this show, like, I don't think I laughed as much at this show as I have with like a lot of other shows. It was surprisingly funny, and it's the same universe as Phineas and Ferb, so there you go. It's the same creator, so how can you go wrong? Another Mickey Mouse kids show. Go with the rest. I should just go through this and pick out, like, yeah, this one, whatever that is. And I think we're good. Okay. Should we count The Simpsons as a Disney show now? It's on... I guess so, technically. Although, we're talking about later season Simpsons, which, you know how some... Although, I will say, the recent Treehouse of Horror was pretty good. I think I talked about it on stream. But, yeah. Pinto sent me a Dave the Barbarian clip. I'll watch it later. What was I talking about? Yeah, the recent Treehouse of Horror was actually pretty good. My only issue with The Simpsons... Yeah... My only issue with The Simpsons right now, and it's not necessarily something with the show itself, you can tell the voice actors are starting to get a little old. Specifically Marge. Like, she sounds like she's struggling to read her lines, and it makes me very upset. Just both as a fan of the show and just someone who's like, please just stop. You can't do this anymore. Weirdly enough, none of the other voice actors sound too bad. Like, they all sound pretty good still. It's just Marge in specific. It's like, oh. Yeah. There's a price for being iconic. Yeah, really. Well... We'll see what happens with that. I mean, if she can't, if she can't be a voice actor anymore, they're gonna have to get a replacement. I'm sure they can. I'm sure it's easy to find, a replacement who's, gonna be at least adequate enough for the character. But I honestly like feel bad. Like I can't listen to her speak. It makes me very upset. Anyway, the Tangled show. I've watched quite a bit of it. I didn't watch a whole lot of it, but I did like it. So I'll put it in B tier. Yeah, I liked it a lot too, but I haven't watched a whole lot of it. It is inexplicable to me that they made this into a series, though, considering, the movie ended and everything was fine. Everything was kind of wrapped up. But then they had to, I guess they just couldn't leave it. As much as I do love the movie too, and I would say definitely one of my favorite Disney movies, especially in recent years at least. Can I say too, for the record, that these two are probably my favorite Disney couple? It used to be Jasmine and Aladdin, but then these two came along and they had like actual chemistry, and they like spent time together and they got to know each other, and they worked off each other very well. Like, you got to see more of this from, like, Prince and Princess. Okay, here's a show everyone has forgotten about. Billy Dilly and Super Duper Something Summer. What's the worst couple? I don't know. I think the further back in time you go with the Disney movies, the worse they get. You know, because that was just like the whole fairy tale thing, and then eventually they started to, you know, develop them a little bit more. Like it got better over time. I would say if we're going by that logic, maybe like Snow White and whatever Prince, what's his name from the original Snow White, because they didn't know each other at all. He just showed up. Latest time Disney was shocked the DuckTales reboot was getting more hype because they thought the Tangled series was going to be the most hype. Boy, was they wrong. We're going to talk about that in a minute. This is a show that nobody remembers, but I also kind of liked it. It feels very... it's like a cartoon version of like Sid and Marty Krofft shows, like old shows from the 70s, like Land of the Lost and all those. I kind of liked it. It was very short-lived, but it was kind of fun. I'm going to put it in C tier. Alright, speaking of which, the DuckTales reboot. So, you know what? You can go right next to DuckTales. These shows are both good in their own respective rights. This is what a reboot should strive to be. Take the original, keep the concept, the spirit, change things only when necessary, like Webby. And give, like, the boys their own individual voices and personalities. But yeah, this was great. Like it feels like, you know, DuckTales was so good that a reboot would not work, but they made it work. They somehow made it work. Whatever they were paid to make this show wasn't enough. But now we're talking about Tailspin. Tailspin is probably my favorite of the Disney afternoon cartoons. And I'll tell you why, because it is basically the same thing as DuckTales. Except instead of they're being rich, they're just like blue collar. They're like middle class, like regular people. And I think it adds, you know, a little more relatability to the characters. And they're just fun. It was a cool show. People talk about how catchy the DuckTales theme is. Nobody talks about how catchy the Tailspin theme is. Oh, we a Tailspin. Oh, we oh. Alright, Big Hero 6, the animated series. I've only seen a little bit of it, but I did like it. What gimme. Yeah. I guess I'll put it next to Tangled, because it's kind of in the same boat. It's like, I liked it, but I've not seen all of it. This is Big City Greens. This is like, they're farmers, and they live in the city. I've not seen that. Oh boy, these next bits are gonna be real easy. Still haven't seen Amphibia. Heard people rave about it. Still haven't seen Owl House. Heard people rave about it. God damn it. Didn't one of these end recently? Was it Amphibia that ended? Maybe now will be the time to like binge it. So anyway. The Proud Family, I did not see a lot of this either. The frog one, so it was Amphibia. Alright. Alright. Let's get dangerous. And put... You know what? I'm gonna put it up. Might as well just... These are the goats right here. The goats. Absolute goats. You need to watch this too. Yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Goof Troop, and we'll always be together, but we're not as good as the other ones. Put it in A tier. The movies were better than this. Than the show. Ah, that's why I recognize that music. It's the Animal Crossing Christmas theme. And finally, we have the Little Mermaid animated series. Curious what Seth Rogen will do with Darkwing Duck. I'm sure he'll get some good ideas after, well, you know. Yeah, I did like Darkwing Duck too. I didn't watch it a lot. Same thing with Goof Troop. I didn't watch a whole lot of this either. But I do remember more about it than I do, like, Quack Pack. So, makes you wish you want to go back to Animal Crossing. Not now. No. Only if there's any type of event or any major update, which there's probably not going to be. Excuse me. And finally, Little Mermaid, the animated series. I've only watched a little bit of this. I actually have a couple of VHS tapes of it. But, in fairness, I'm going to put it I haven't seen. Alright, well, there it is. Disney cartoons. I'm pretty sure this is everything up to date for the most part. Probably a couple of things missing off of here. Even had Tim Curry, yeah. The only thing I remember from the show is like she had like a little baby killer whale that was her friend. That was about it. And then there was like other mermaids. I assume. I assume. Anyway, there it is. You got the goats of the Disney afternoon here. You got the really good reboot. You're noticing a theme here. You got the Phineas and Ferb crew, Craig McCracken, Gravity Falls at the top. Very few misses, very few lackluster things, and a whole bunch of crap that I have just not seen because I didn't watch like this era of Disney, like this era right here, in this era. And a bunch of kids shows and some stuff that I probably should watch at some point. Samuel Jackson was in the Kwanzaa episode of The Prophet. Oh, I didn't know that. You can skip Lion Guard. I will absolutely skip Lion Guard. Don't you worry. But yeah, there you go. Disney afternoon tier list for your enragement of me not putting your favorite show in S tier. There you go. Alright. Moving on. We have top 75 favorite animated films tier list. We've done a bunch of animated films tier lists before. So maybe we'll speed run this. Wait until I see. So, this one you made, right? So this is your tier list. Yeah, okay, so this is specifically Movie Brat's favorite film tier list. So I mean, I see some good ones in there. Some ones that we don't really hear much about. So this is good. I do see a couple things that I have not watched, though. So, we need to put... add row below. New. Haven't seen. Alright. The Mad God. I actually watched this recently with One-Eyed Freakbot. It's on Shudder. It is a very, very, very interesting movie. I'm not sure what the hell it's supposed to be about, but it is very interesting. It's like a stop-motion, like disturbing, kind of horror themed with like weird visuals, and Phil Tippett is great. I think we both described it as like a really long music video by Tool. If you've ever seen a music video from Tool, then you kind of know what to expect with this. He worked on... Yes, he did. He like worked on it, and then he stopped, and then he like picked it up years later. I think you can kind of tell where he stopped too, because we did notice that there was a significant increase in quality toward the end. Been working on since RoboCop 2. Yep. Yeah, there's a quality boost toward the end. Like, this is one of those movies that I kind of want to watch like videos on, like people analyzing it. But yeah, it was very interesting. It was very good. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Well, you know I haven't seen Turning Red still, so that's gonna go there. Coraline. Anything by this studio, anything by Laika, you know I'm gonna Laika it. Gonna like it. In fact, here's Paranorman. Let's put them together. These two. I honestly I like Paranorman a little bit more But Coraline is very, very good. I remember, I think somebody from Laika, it might have been what's his name? They took the puppets for Norman and Coraline, and they were like, they like brought them out and put them in like a park and just like pose them around things. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. These two right here are great. Mulan. I like Mulan. I don't think it left much of an impression on me though. But at least we can say the animated version is better than the live action version. So I'm gonna put Mulan in B tier. What is it? Oh, it's Yoshi's. Let me lower this because it's getting a little bit loud. There we go. Into the Spider-Verse was a huge surprise. Like, everything about this movie was done right. So, yeah, Into the Spider-Verse gets S tier. The original Incredibles. I loved the original Incredibles. Absolutely the only the only Pixar movie that truly deserved a sequel. But yeah, Incredibles, well, it lived up to its name, really. Beauty and the Beast is another, it's a very good, I remember going to see it in the theater with my cousins, because they were way more into it than I was, but over time I've grown to appreciate it, because, you know, it's a great animated film. Yeah. I believe, you know, really innovative when it came to, like, CGI and visuals, so that's something going for it. Frozen 2, I have not seen Frozen 2 yet. Next Gen, okay, this is a movie that nobody's talking about anymore. It kind of goes back to what I was saying about how things get released on streaming, and they come out and people talk about them, and then they just kind of vanish. It goes for TV shows, and it also goes for movies. Next Gen is really good. It's like a darker version of Mitchell's versus the Machines. It kind of has a lot of the same themes behind it. But I did really like it. I think a lot of people should see it. It has some pretty messed up moments in it, though. Look at me from the get-go. Glad I watched. Yeah, it is very good. It is very good. Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. You go up there. Best Batman movie, period. Best Batman movie, period. You know, you can debate on the live action movies. You know, some people think Batman 89 is best. Some people think Dark Knight is best. Some people think the Batman is really good. This is the GOAT. Absolutely, like, by which all others should be judged. Yeah. Incredibles 2, I'm gonna put Incredibles 2 right next to Incredibles 1, because it's good. Fantasia. You gotta love Fantasia with the visuals. You gotta appreciate the fact that Disney did something this bold and experimental so early on. Like, this could have just been a disaster, but it turned out to be like one of the most visually incredible movies ever. So I'm gonna put that in A tier as well. Yeah, Incredibles 2 was very good. The Breadwinner I've actually not seen. A lot of people told me it was good. Toy Story 3. Okay, the Toy Story, are there other Toy Story movies in here? There's one. And where's the second one? Alright, I'm not seeing the second one, but yeah, Toy Story, the Toy Story trilogy is probably, oh, look at that, it almost lines up. Second is on the top. There it is. The Toy Story trilogy, and I consider it a trilogy, is probably one of my favorite movie trilogies ever. The fourth one is on here too. Oh boy. We'll deal with that when we find it. Alright. Kiki's Delivery Service. I really like Kiki's Kiki's Delivery Service. I didn't watch it for a while, but eventually I watched it, and I knew a lot of people really, really like this movie, and after watching it, I can definitely understand why. It is very good. It has that, you know, the Studio Ghibli charm behind it. Great visuals, great animation. So yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service is great. What is this? Can't read that. What is that? Oh, Asterisk. The Viking dude. I've not seen it. I haven't seen this movie. So, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Fun fact, we were reading in high school the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the novel. Well, I don't think we read the whole novel. We just kind of touched on it. And the teacher of my class actually showed this to us. This and the Universal film. The old black and white Universal film. So that was kind of cool. Best villain song, yes. Best villain. Best villain. Yeah, that's just kind of an inherent problem with the tier list maker. What they need to do is allow me to scroll over with my mouse and then have, you know, a pop-up window show up with, you know, the name. And there you go. Yes, best villain in the Disney has ever had, even to this day. I'm gonna put that in A tier just because of the villain and his song. And here we go, Black Cauldron, the unfortunate, movie, plagued with problems, and was not, yeah. People who watch this movie tend to react to it the same way. It's like, yeah, I can see why it's not good, but I kind of love it anyway. It's got cool visuals, it's got a cool villain. The problem is, this is based on a book series, and they just kind of smushed it all together into one movie. You can't do that. You can't do that. I do hope that this maybe gets a proper adaptation, or at the very least, you know, the novels get properly adapted. If they want to do live action remakes of Disney movies, do this one. Do this one. Not Mulan, not Beauty and the Beast, not Little Mermaid, not Aladdin, definitely not Lion King. Do this one. So I'm going to put that in B tier, only because it does have, you know, its problems. Rumor has it. Yeah, I've heard about that, like, every once in a while. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna try again, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. Show me a trailer, and then we'll talk. Project Echo. I don't think I've ever actually watched Project Echo. And there you go. Princess Mononoke, arguably the best Studio Ghibli film. So just for that, I think you should put that in A tier. But I am a bit biased, and you will see why soon. Disney's Robin Hood. So this movie is great, but upon rewatching it, definitely meant more for like a younger audience. Whereas, you know, a lot of these other movies, yeah, you can like, you could watch it as an adult and be like, yeah, I like that. This was... you have? It's a star... Oh, yeah? Really? Maybe we'll have to watch it sometime. But yeah, very good movie. I do really like it. But yeah, again, this is clearly for like a younger audience. Unless they had ended it the way they intended to end it. Look that up. The Great Mouse Detective. I love The Great Mouse Detective. I'm going to put that in A tier. Definitely one of my favorite Disney movies. Heavy Metal. Now we're talking. The first Heavy Metal movie is absolutely great. Do not watch the sequel. Do not watch the sequel. Skip it. Forget you ever even heard there was a sequel. Alright, Frozen. Alright, I didn't like Frozen when it first came out, but I've grown to appreciate it a little bit more now that the dust has settled. There's a sequel. Yes, Gleam, there is a sequel. Don't watch it. Do not watch it. Okay, like I was saying, I didn't like Frozen when it first came out. I thought it was kind of overrated, but over time, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. I do feel like I would love to have seen them do a proper adaptation of The Snow Queen. Because this movie, fun fact, this was in development since Snow White. Like, they wanted to do this for a long time. But, over time, things changed, and it changed hands, and it became this. As opposed to the original adaptation, The Snow Queen, which I remember watching a version of that a long time ago. It's very weird. Are we at the end of the playlist? What is this? Hold up. Shuffle. No. Hold on. My music done crapped out on me. There we go. Reset. There we go. I'm playing all this Christmas music. We haven't even gotten to the Christmas stuff yet. Anyway, yeah, Frozen, it's good. It's a good movie. It's not one of my favorites, but it's fine. 101 Dalmatians. I do love 101 Dalmatians. Me and my cousin used to watch this one all the time. It was really good. This was the Xerox era of Disney, where you can tell like the lines were not cleaned up, and it was a little bit messy, but a very cute, memorable movie. The Land Before Time, the original. Very good. Do not watch any of the sequels. I could probably say that about a lot of the Disney movies we have on here. Do not watch the sequel. Do not watch the sequel. Do not watch the sequel of Little Mermaid. Do not watch it. Only one of two Don Bluth. Yeah, that's okay. Moana. Moana was great. I saw... Apparently, I've heard Mulan 2 is the worst of the Disney sequels. I'm not sure why. Like, apparently it infuriates people. I don't know anything about it. I might have to get curious and watch it one day. Moana, I like Cinderella too, and yeah. Reputation is earned. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Moana, I like Moana. The music was great. The Rock as Maui was amazing. The actress who played Moana, this was her first acting role ever. So that's kind of a cool story. Loses points because they denied me the pig and they brought the stupid thing, the stupid chicken instead. Heather's musical now. Oh, cool. I'm glad she has a career. I was hoping that this wouldn't, like, go to her head, you know? But she did a good job, especially considering your first acting role is lead in a Disney movie, so... No pressure, right? Okay, here's Toy Story 4. I do not like Toy Story 4. I feel like the 3 Toy Story movies is a nice, complete... wrapped up sequel trilogy. I feel like what happened in this movie kind of negates a lot of what happened in the 3rd movie, and I was very kind of upset about that. I mean, there's some things in this I liked. Like I liked Keanu Reeves as the stunt guy. That was great. Key and Peele as the 2 stuffed animals was really good too. I liked the dolls story. Like I liked that a lot. The puppets were freaking creepy. But yeah, it didn't grab me as much as these ones did. Akira. One of the most important animated films of all time. Not a good adaptation of what it is, though. They pushed the fork and both. Yeah, okay. The fork in particular was kind of. I mean, the idea behind it was kind of charming and interesting, but then they just. It like wore thin too quickly. And I was just like, oh, God. Anyway. Memories. I've seen Memories. This is a trilogy of animated films from Japan. They're all really good in their own right. I'll put that... honestly, I think I like it a little bit more than Akira, to be honest. Nausicaa. Okay, here's why I put Princess Mononoke in A tier, because this is my favorite Miyazaki movie. Kind of gets the shaft a lot from, you know, because it gets overshadowed by, you know, Totoro and Princess Mononoke and Kiki and all them. But this is my favorite Studio Ghibli. Well, apparently, Studio Ghibli wasn't around when this came out, right? This was just Miyazaki doing a movie. And, yeah, so the story is, some of you might know this if you watch my content on my main channel. I first saw this movie when it first came to America, and it was called Warriors of the Wind, with that great box art. In fact, let me find that box art for you, if you have not seen it. Where is it? There it is. Alright. So. When Nausicaa was first adapted and brought over to the US, it was, yeah, New World Pictures. It was rebranded. And, in fact, why don't we do a little comparison? Let's do a little comparison of the... Okay, well, this is not an English cover, but you get the idea. Alright, so... God, too many tabs open now, god damn it. Alright, so... Here's what the movie is and is supposed to look like. Here's what we got in America in like the late 80s. Okay, so imagine yourself going into a video store and seeing this and being like, hell yeah, I want to get that. I want to watch that. Oh, yo, we will analyze this. So we have here Nausicaa, I think, all the way up in the corner, like she's not the main character. We have a tagline that's a freaking lie. A band of young warriors on the wings of their greatest challenge. No, that's not what happens. We have one of the demons from that one scene, who's like they're like the bad guys, like with them. We have whoever the hell this is, with a gun, riding another one of the demons, like this is Dune. Why is it on the... I don't know. We have some kind of cyborg, some kind of robot with a laser, and then we have the dude with riding a Pegasus with a gun. I want to know what the hell the story behind this is. I want to know how this happened. Because this is awesome, but it's a fucking lie. This is the movie. By the way, I would love to get a movie poster of this, if I can. I have a spot on my wall that's like big enough for one more movie poster. Doctor Doom, yeah, it's bootleg Doctor Doom. It's Doctor trying to think of like another word for Doom. Doctor Malice. It's Dr. Malice. That's his name. Oh my god. I love this and I hate it at the same time. It's so fucking... Alright, this has been a tangent. I'm sorry, but this, you had to have seen this. I reviewed this movie on the main channel a long time ago. Well, before I even had the main channel. Because I had to get this. Because this is just rental store bait. That's all this is. This is just... You see this on the shelf when you go rent a tape. And you're like, yeah, I want a piece of that. And then you get home and it's this. Which, by the way, I still liked the movie at the time. And I didn't find out until years later, like many years later, that I got ripped off because it was an edit of a better movie. What are we doing? Oh yeah, but yeah, I do have a huge attachment to this movie. I think it's great. It doesn't get as the exposure that it deserves these days, which is a shame. But yeah, Newsica is awesome. I don't know where you can watch it these days, but I have it on Blu-ray, so there you go, I'm covered. Transformers Prime Japanese dub series. Really? Huh. Alright, Lilo and Stitch, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Get up in there, S tier. Still holds up? Yes, it does. Secret of the Kells is amazing. We're gonna put that in S tier too. HBO Max has had the really. Secret of Kells is yeah. I think Song of the Sea is better. Do you have Song of the Sea on this? I don't see it, or if it's here, we'll find it eventually. Waking Life. I think I've only seen this movie once. It was weird and trippy, but I did like it. So I'll put that in B tier. Someone uploaded Warriors of the Wind on YouTube. Oh no. Remove it. Delete. Delete. Good old Peter Pan. I like Peter Pan. Another one me and my cousins used to watch. Aladdin, though, is definitely one of my favorite Disney movies also. So that goes in S tier. Man, we still have not gotten to the Christmas stuff. Yeah, Song of the Sea is great. Cowboy Bebop the movie. Cowboy Bebop the movie. Yeah, Bebop is one of the best shows of all time. We'll put it in S tier. Princess and the Frog. I really love this movie for the fact that they tried to keep like the 2D style alive during, you know, a time when they wanted to do, you know, more CGI stuff. I do really like this movie too. Another movie with a really great villain and a great villain song. I'll put that with the rest of the Disney movies in B tier. Is that a Goofy movie? Ah. You know, some people like this movie, some people don't. But hopefully one day they'll see eye to eye. Ghost. Oh, anyway, Ghost in the Shell. Original Ghost in the Shell. God damn it. Okay. Oh god, Coco. Coco was so good. Coco goes in A tier, for sure. You're fired. You're fired from jokes. What are you gonna do about it? It happened. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It can't be undone. You know what? I feel like the Lego movie should go in S tier because it is a movie about Legos. It had no right being as good as it was. Alright, I want to try and, like, speed through this a little bit more. We're getting bogged down with stuff. Encanto, I've not seen Encanto. I've not even seen Raya. I've not seen the Ninja Turtles movie, the TMNT, Rise of the TMNT movie. I just want to get to the Christmas stuff. That's all I want to do. Tangled, I do really like Tangled. Definitely one of my favorites is Emperor's New Groove. We talked about that already. Fantastic Mr. Fox, my introduction to Wes Anderson. Very good movie. Tarzan can go with the rest of the Disney movies. It's okay. Spirited Away. Again, this is another one people say is like the best of Miyazaki. But again, I'm biased, so... Luca, I loved Luca. Luca was so good. Sword in the Stone is another favorite Disney movie of mine. Soul was great. Soul, as a creator myself, this movie hits hard. So, you know what? Soul gets to go in S tier just for that. Like, if you see yourself as, like, an artist or some kind of creative type, you gotta watch this movie. It will probably destroy you, but it feels like it's... I feel like it's necessary. Sleepy Hollow? Yeah, the Ichabod, the Disney Sleepy Hollow. I do really like the Disney Sleepy Hollow, so I'll put that in A tier. Big Hero 6 was very good. I'll put that in A tier. Lego Batman movie. You know what? I'm going to put that in S tier because that is arguably another one of the best Batman movies of all time. WALL-E goes in S tier. Simpsons movie. I'm going to put Simpsons movie in A tier. It's really good. But it does have that later season Simpsons stank on it a little bit. But it is very good. Secret of Nim goes in S tier. Prince of Egypt goes in S tier. Wreck-It Ralph goes in S tier. Up goes, you know what? Up goes in like a high S tier. That opening was just damn. Inside Out, very good. I'll put that at high A tier. Lion King, another one of my favorites, goes in S tier. Iron Giant, of course, goes in S tier. Lack of DreamWorks out of it. Yeah, that's fine. Monsters Inc. I'm actually not as big of a fan of Monsters Inc. as most people. Alice in Wonderland was good, pretty memorable. Put that with the rest of the Disney movie. DuckTales, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, however, that goes in A tier. The Adventures of Tintin. Boy, I sure do like this movie, and it's a shame they never did more of it. It's a little... The art direction for it is a little bit weird with how they rendered the characters, but it is still... It doesn't really hurt the movie. It's very good. Kung Fu Panda. Okay, if Kung Fu Panda 2 was on here, that would be an S tier, because that's the best of the movies. And finally, we have Zootopia. I do like Zootopia. I don't know if they ever resolved the legal problems surrounding this movie, but I guess they did, since they're doing like more Zootopia stuff, at least like little shorts and stuff for Disney Plus. But yeah, Zootopia. I think I liked it more when I first saw it, but I don't know. It hasn't really. Yeah, I've heard. All right, well there you go. Nothing in particular was bad. This again, I didn't like this that much, but I did like a lot of things about it. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, you kind of did. Which is why I had to omit some of the lists you sent me. Anyway, let's actually move on to Christmas stuff now. While we're listening to all this Christmas music. Yeah. Alright, so we have Christmas movies, which is nice and short, thankfully. Let's see. I want to... hold on. We need to also... Again... Anyway, I want a dog for Christmas, Charlie Brown. That's not the Peanuts Christmas special, so... I actually don't know if I've seen this one. Huh. That's strange. I guess I haven't. I remember I've seen 100 times the Peanuts holiday special, Christmas special. Okay, Arthur Christmas is one of the best Christmas movies of all time, and nobody talks about it. Nightmare Before Christmas is absolutely wonderful. It's one of my favorites. I'm gonna put that in A tier because it doubles as a Halloween movie too. What a genius thing this was. You get to exploit two of the biggest holidays at once. Isn't that great? Gremlins. Gremlins is great. Why is Arthur Christmas the best? You need to watch it and find out. Yeah, this movie is really, really good. It's a shame it doesn't get enough attention. I don't recognize this one. Put that there. I don't recognize this one either. We're gonna put that there. Home Alone, one of my favorites. Put that in S tier too. Edward Scissorhands. Oh yeah, that's a Christmas movie, isn't it? Huh. Gotta forget about that. I noticed you have all the Grinches on here, so why don't we just get this out of the way? Original animated special Grinch is great. Jim Carrey Grinch I really like as well. It's got great, I mean, it's mostly because of Jim Carrey, because he's so good in everything he does. Plus the costumes and the visuals and the sets and everything about this was really good. There's some stuff about it that keeps it from being as good as, you know, the original, but this one honestly, like, was kind of meh. The Illumination one, it was fine. Like, I thought it was all right, but it like didn't, I don't know, it didn't really stand out like these two did to me. Elf. All right, you guys ready for this? I've never seen Elf. I need to fix that one day because apparently people really, really love that movie. At the time I was like, oh, like the silly Will Ferrell movie. He's probably gonna yell a lot and fall over. And I'm like apparently this is considered like a staple of Christmas now. So I'm like, okay, I should probably watch it. Yeah, great. That's what everyone says. This is All of the Other Reindeer. It's like a dog who thinks it's a reindeer, but I have not seen it. The Polar Express is really good, but you gotta watch it in like the best quality possible. Like if they're ever playing it like on IMAX or something, you gotta watch it there. Otherwise, it's just fine. And it has weird Uncanny Valley Tom Hanks every 5 minutes. This is the oh, speaking of Jim Carrey, this is the Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. I don't think I've actually seen this version. Almost Christmas, I don't think I've seen that. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, staple of Christmas, going S tier. Grandma got run over by a reindeer, then she wound up in the F tier because that movie's dumb. Love Actually, no. Mickey's Christmas Carol, I already mentioned that's one of my favorite versions of the Christmas Carol. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. I'm hard pressed to remember what the heck that one was about. I'm pretty sure I liked it. I have it on VHS. I'm gonna put that here just in interest of fairness. There's a good chance I've seen it and liked it, but I just don't remember right now. Okay, speaking of another movie that does not get the recognition it deserves, Klaus. Klaus is gonna stand right next to Arthur Christmas, because these two are really good. Again, once again, released on streaming service, came out with not a whole lot of fanfare, got a whole lot of praise. Nobody talks about it anymore. So yeah, Klaus on Netflix. Watch it. It's great. It's hilarious. It's got, I think, one of the last performances of Norm Macdonald, who was hilarious in this movie. But yeah, Klaus is really good. These two, if you've not seen these two, make a note to watch it this year. Something Noel. I don't know what this is. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like this movie. Put that in A tier. Fun fact. Okay, good. You've seen Klaus. You know. Fun fact about this movie. This is the only movie I ever saw at a drive-in. Great movie to see at a drive-in, though. I do really like it. It's very funny. And it's got a lot of good, like, commentary about the holidays. And, you know, Schwarzenegger's great. Even Sinbad was pretty good in this, too. And they now make Turbo Man dolls, actual ones you can buy at Walmart, and they're in the discount aisle because nobody's buying them. Boy, that movie lied to us. And finally, Krampus. I did really like Krampus. Not enough Christmas horror movies, honestly. This was a good one. And it's about time somebody exploited Krampus, you know? It is literally a Christmas horror story that we are now, like, just now getting into. Alright, well, there you go. There's that. I got some work to do here, apparently. I gotta rewatch this, and I gotta watch Elf. No Rudolph 2. Nope. Nope. Oh boy. More Christmas spirit, huh? Oh man, some of these are hard to read. Okay, Road to the North Pole. This was Family Guy. Alright, so here's the thing. Family Guy gets a lot of criticism. It kind of deserves it. I think this episode in particular was pretty good. It has like a good message behind it too. I mean, it's done in the Family Guy way, but, you know, the idea is there at least. Alright, so I can't read some of these. I can't read that. What is this one? Let me put it up here, maybe I can see it. Oh, it's Phineas and Ferb. Okay, Phineas and Ferb. I mean, might as well just put Phineas and Ferb in S tier, right? There's Charlie Brown Christmas. Put that there. That's the Frosty and Rudolph crossover, I think. Christmas time is killing. Yeah. Again, this episode in particular was very good. So, oh geez, when did I saw this, right? This is when they started to do like the Rankin Bass cinematic universe, where like Frosty and Rudolph met, and then like Jack Frost showed up later. I'm pretty sure I've seen this, so just for now, I'm gonna see it in C tier. Fillet of Soul. Wait, isn't that the Dexter's Laboratory? That's the Dexter. That was a Christmas special? No, it wasn't. Was it? I'm confused. I'm moving on. You're a good man, Mojo Jojo. Is this the new Powerpuff Girls? Because if then, I didn't see it. It's more Halloween. Yeah, really. I'm seeing some stuff on here that's like questionable. Alright, I tell you what, I'm gonna skip over stuff that I can't see or read. Here's that looks like the Looney Tunes show. Christmas, I don't remember that. A Christmas Story. Like the movie A Christmas Story? Or is this something else? I'm gonna put that there if it's the Christmas Story. Is that Johnny Test Christmas? Pfft. I'm not even gonna put that in don't say. You go in D immediately. Okay, so Hey Arnold, this is the one where like that guy was like wanting to see his daughter, right? That goes in S tier because that was really good. Bah Humduck. Is that another Looney Tunes? God, I really don't remember this. Let's see, Billy and Mandy's Christmas. Is that the Grinch? What is this list? What are some of these? I genuinely don't know. All right, you know what? This is the Ben 10 one. That was one that like they got turned into elves or something. Some weird happened. That's a weird one. Billy and Mandy Christmas. That's when they got Gilbert Gottfried to voice Santa Claus, I think. Ed, and Eddie. I don't think I saw the Ed, and Eddie. Caroling Capers. I can't tell. I can't read some of these. They're so small. Cartoon Halloween Party. I don't know what that was. Christmas Evil. From some. Okay, that's the regular show. Christmas special. That one was really good from what I remember. Oh, the Gumball one was really good too. I'm gonna put that up here. Christmas parties. I don't know what that. Christmas. Is that Uncle Grandpa? I don't think I've seen that. This is the friggin' class of 2000, class of 3000 Christmas. You know what? No, I'm gonna put that in C, if only because I don't. It's not as bad as Johnny Test in anything. I don't know what this is. Flintstones Family Christmas. Flintstones Christmas. The Flintstones did an adaptation of A Christmas Carol that was actually pretty good, if you can believe that. Invasion. Oh, Batman Brave and the Bold. Invasion of Secret Santas. That one's really good too. I think I'm just gonna pick out the ones I can comprehend. Dexter versus Santa Claus. Okay, apparently people hated this, but I kind of like it. Why is there so much Billy and Mandy on here? Jeez. Santa Claus is coming. Okay, we got some Rankin Bass stuff on here. We'll put the Rankin Bass stuff. There's Polar Express again. Johnny Bravo Christmas. Oh yeah. Chowder. Okay, I'll put Chowder in A tier. We got Polar Express again. Put that in A tier. Nightmare Before Christmas. Jetsons Christmas Carol. I actually have a VHS of that. It's another Christmas Carol. There's so much Christmas Carol. They need to stop with the Christmas Carol. Terror Tales. This isn't... It's a Halloween... Okay, whoever made this list needs to be slapped. Oh, there's the Flintstones Christmas Carol. Okay. So seriously, like, the Flintstones Christmas Carol is very underrated, I think. I see Teen Titans Go. I'm just going to go ahead and just drop those right in D tier, even though I've probably not seen them. Wonderful Tiny Toons Christmas Special. You know what? Tiny Toons is going to just go ahead right there. Cartoon Christmas. Space Ghost Christmas, yeah. I remember that. There's the Smurfs Christmas Special, which is not very good either. They had another Smurf. They had other Smurfs Christmas specials, but this one is particularly not. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer can go D tier again. There's another Teen Titans Go. Why are there 3 of these? Ugh. As How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm just going to look for a couple more that I recognize, and I think we're going to move on from this one. The Johnny Bravo Christmas, I remember being pretty good. Happy Holiday, whatever that is. Yeah. Apparently cheap enough to have 3 Christmas episodes. You think that's enough? Okay, here's another regular show, Christmas. I don't remember which one was the one I liked, so I'm just gonna put them there. I might as well just put regular show on there anyway, because regular show was awesome. Alright, you know what? I think we're good on this one. It's hard to read, and there's stuff on here I don't know what it is, so let's move on. Okay, this is better because I can actually read stuff. We got the Rankin Bass stuff on here as well as some other staples. All right. What is with these rankings? Passable? What do you mean passable? How dare you? All right, well, another show done bad by Curtin. Yeah. Boy, that sure happens a lot, huh? Alright, I don't know why this is labeled this way. I mean, you got absolute garbage, not good, below average. So, you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna fix this. I reject your ranking and substitute my own. There. I improved your list. Anyway, Jack Frost. I don't think I remember Jack Frost as much as some of the other Rankin Bass. Ranking Bass. I don't think I remember Jack Frost as much as some of the other Rankin Bass, but yeah, I mean, it's Jack Frost. Frosty's some Christmas. I'll put that. Okay, what the fuck is this? Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. Why did they pick like the most terrifying face to put on there? Like, look at that. He's coming for the gold. Sleep tight, children. Yeah. All right. That is Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. If you know me, you know I love that one. Frosty Returns. I don't think I've seen Frosty Returns. I I've heard about the I've heard about these Rudolph knockoffs. So I've not seen them myself. I've seen people talk about them though. Let's see, what is this? Santa Baby? I have not seen that. Apparently someone made a thing based on Santa Baby, the song. It is, you know, it is now hitting me how many Frosty the Snowman things there are. Like, Jesus Christ. Run that concept into the ground, why don't you? Here's the original Frosty the Snowman. I'm gonna put that in B tier because I do like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the well, there's Rudolph too. The Miser Brothers Christmas. Is that the sequel to the Year Without Santa Claus? I don't think I've seen that either. The Year Without Santa Claus will go up, if only just because of that musical number. How could you not love that? I'm Mr. White Christmas. Okay, I'm not gonna sing it. The Little Drummer Boy. Shoot, I actually don't. No, I've definitely seen that one. Santa Claus is coming to town. This is the wait. 'Twas the night. Oh yeah, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I like this one too. Rudolph's Shiny New Year. I don't think I've seen that. Boy, there sure are a lot of these I have not seen. Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey. I've seen Frosty's when they made Frosty a wife. That one was okay. The Adventure Time Christmas. That one was really good. There's Arthur Christmas again. As I've said in the previous list. If you've not seen it, make sure you see it. Babes in Toyland. I've actually not seen this version of Babes in Toyland. There's the Ben 10 one again. I'm gonna put that in C. There's the Billy and Mandy Christmas special. Yeah, that's the one where they had Gilbert Godfrey voice Santa Claus. Camp Kringle. That is Camp Laszlo, but I've never actually seen this episode, I don't think. A Christmas Carol. Which one? I don't know. A Christmas Carol. Which one? I don't know. That's the Touchstone Zemeckis one. There's Charlie Brown. There's Chowder again. The Christmas Tree. Okay, listen. This movie is not good, but it's kind of fun to watch. It's so bad that it's like kind of enjoyable. I would put it in D tier, but it has brought me so much joy for how terrible it is. There's the Dexter one again. Doug's Christmas. Doug is boring. One of the most cursed Christmases ever. That's why it's so good. I don't remember the Ed, Edd and Eddy Christmas. Elf? Stop motion version of Elf? The snowman's down here. Grandma got run over by a reindeer and went to sit with Doug in the D tier. Once again, we have the Grinch off. Okay, Grinch goes up there. Other Illumination Grinch can go in C tier. Okay, the Hey Arnold one, we already talked about that. What is this one? If my audio changes, it's because I'm trying to lean into the monitor to read. What is happening in this? Oh, this is the Invader Zim Christmas. Okay. You know what? I'll put that in B tier because it's Invaders M. The Johnny Bravo Christmas can go there. Justice League Christmas, probably one of the best episodes of the series. There's Klaus again. Go hang out with Arthur Christmas. The Kids Next Door Christmas. I like this because of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four references. The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, the Mike Young version. You know what? I think it's pretty damn good. I still have a great affection for the Rankin Bass one, but this was a good adaptation. Every episode of Justice League except the sexism. Except the sexism episode. Which one was that? I don't remember that. There's Looney Tunes, Bah Humduck. I didn't see that. Didn't see the Madagascar. There's Mickey's Christmas Carol. Here's the Once Upon a Christmas, which I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I've seen it though. I just don't know. And then there's the CGI one, which I hear is very inferior. There's I don't remember this episode of My Life as a Teenage Robot. I haven't seen all the episodes, but Nightmare Before Christmas there. Wonder Woman villain and I genuinely don't remember that episode. Wow. We have Nico. What? I'm sorry, what? Well, apparently in this version, Nico is a reindeer of some sort. Unfortunately, I've not seen these. And there's all of the other reindeer. Get it? All of the other reindeer. Phineas and Ferb Christmas. Polar Express. Again, we're seeing some overlap. I want to try and avoid overlap when I do these. Powerpuff Girls. Is this the one where Princess goes to Santa Claus or whatever, and she gets put on the permanent bad list? Whatever that is, I don't recognize it. Regular Show is awesome, so that just does by default. Rocko's Modern Life Christmas. I don't remember too much about the Christmas episode, but it's Rocko, so I'll put it up there. A Scooby-Doo Christmas, haven't seen it. Shrek the Halls, I've not seen it. Christmas what? Oh, it's SpongeBob. I haven't seen it. There's the Snowman. We were waiting for that. Snowman is really good. Put that in B tier. Actually, no, Snowman can go in A tier. Tom and Jerry Christmas. Haven't seen it. VeggieTales Christmas. Haven't seen it. Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. Haven't seen it. And the Foster's Home. I think I remember this one. I'm gonna put that in C tier because I think okay. All right. Well, there you go. That is currently all the tier lists I have, so I guess we'll look for other ones. Yeah. Again, we've seen some overlap. So, we'll see if we can find like some other Christmas related tier lists instead of just movies and TV specials. But we got some good stuff here. Some of my favorites. Some good things. These two can just stay together. This is terrifying, whatever this is. I don't know why they did this. And we found a new version of Nico. That's always fun. Alright. I guess we'll seek out... So I couldn't make it even 10 minutes. The Wars. Oh. Wow, you actually tried to watch it? Oh. You have no idea how bad that is. Like, they edited the movie. They removed full... like important scenes because, and I quote, they thought they were too slow moving. Like they butchered that movie. In fact, I believe there's a famous story of after Miyazaki like hated that cut of the movie, so that when Princess Mononoke was gonna get adapted for an American audience, it was on YouTube. When Princess Mononoke was gonna get adapted to a modern audience, there's a famous story of they sent the studio a samurai sword with a note on it that says "no cuts." That is awesome. I love that. All right. So I'm out of tier list now. So let's just type in Christmas and see what comes up. Probably just gonna be more movies and specials, right? Christmas songs, the ultimate Christmas color. Ring a bell, ultimate Christmas, yeah, movie, more movies, more. I mean, what's on the Christmas songs? How do you rank songs? Oh, that's how you just put the Nah. Let's see. Fortnite Christmas tier list. Cool. What if I just did what if I just did a tier list of something I'm absolutely not familiar with? Do they get the? I guess they did. They took out the 7 Days of Fire and then exposited about yup. Yup. It's bad. Let me see what the Fortnite one is. I don't. It's just. Oh yeah, it's just costumes. Oh look, there's another terrifying image right here. Whatever the hell that is. And then we have what appears to be Moon Knight. And this dude has a snow globe for his head. How does that work? If I was to play Fortnite, I want to be this character, just to be like extra terrifying when I come at them with just the dead eyes and that soulless smile. I love how angry you're getting about Warriors of the Wind, by the way. This is what you're feeling right now is probably what I felt when I found the original cut of that movie. And I was like, what the hell? This is so much better. Christmas candy? Christmas Carol? Okay. Do they actually have that? Adaptations of A Christmas Carol. They certainly do. Oh boy. Hold on, I want to see what this one is. Christmas candy. Okay, it's just like... Yeah, candy cane, the gingerbread, okay. There are so many Christmas Carol adaptations that we actually have to have our own tier list for it. Unfortunately, I've not seen that many, surprisingly. I've seen quite a few of them. Oh, there's the Flintstones one. Again, the Flintstones one is very underrated. Yeah, I mean, there they are if you ever want them. Clash of the Bionaut? No, I haven't actually. Alright, well, I guess we're good on Christmas tier lists. We could probably move on to something else. I'm actually surprised that the lists are this short. You think they'd be much longer. Oh, there's the All Dogs Go to Heaven Christmas Carol. Hey, you know what? Since we were talking about Don Bluth earlier, how about... Don Bluth movies and characters. Don Bluth films. Open. I command you to open. Because he hasn't done a lot in terms of films. I mean, most of it is right here. I think people think his body of work is much bigger than it actually is because of all the sequels and cash-ins. But anyway, Pebble and the Penguin is not that bad. Anastasia is pretty good. I don't think I've seen Bartok, so I'll just leave that there. Titan AE is underrated, in my opinion. The small, I actually don't think I've seen the small one or Banjo the Woodpile Cat. It's pretty bad, huh? Oof. Secret of Nim. American Tail is like actually my favorite of his. Land Before Time. I'll put that in great. Same thing with All Dogs Go to Heaven. Rockadoodle is... Thumbelina. The first animated film to win a Razzie. Fun fact. And Troll in Central Park. And unfortunately, I don't think I've seen... Did I watch... Oh no, I think I did watch Bartok. Yeah, it didn't leave much of an impression on me. Actually, surprisingly, haven't seen these two. Well, there you go. There's Don Bluth. Anybody got any suggestions for tier lists? Feel free to throw them at me. We got some time left. Hey, you know what we could do in the meantime? You guys want to see some behind the scenes stuff from the other night's stream? Wait, hold on, I gotta find the folder now. There it is. TMNT action figure. Okay, maybe we'll look at that. Okay, so from last night's stream, why do I keep saying last night? The last two streams I did of when we brought Nico in. So what I did was I found this online. This is not a sprite from the game. I don't know what this is from. I don't know if somebody made this or whatever. So, and I kind of threw this together very quickly. So I took that, and then I found the character portraits, and I basically just like grabbed one, and then I kind of slapped it on Nico's face. And what's funny is that you can tell because the character portraits are they're very small compared to that full-bodied image. But if Nico Nate's down, I threw this together in like a day, man. But yeah, I just picked like a couple of interesting, reactions and stuff. And I was gonna upload these images. I was gonna upload these images to well, not upload, but put them on the put them on OBS, but I couldn't do it even though they had no background, so I had to green screen. I had to kind of chroma key it, and I just did like left and right. Okay, for some reason that one always does that, so I have to do that like first. And there's all the reactions. There's crying, and yeah. If I decide to do this again, we're gonna have to maybe put some more. Maybe try to actually animate it using the character portraits. Maybe have more time. This one though, I had to do. This one's completely custom by me. I chose like the one where he's like got his mouth open, and then I turned the eyes upside down, and then for the arm, I cut off the sleeve a little bit, and then I grabbed this and took it over and flipped it over, and then like lined it up with the where the elbow would be, and then I used part of what I cut out of here for the flap, like flap seed sleeve. It came out pretty good, actually. I'm actually kind of proud of this. So this is like a unique image. You will not find this anywhere online except for me. Yeah, I made my own custom. Like I said, I'll probably, if I do this again, I'll probably add more reactions. Like some of the transitions are kind of weird. Like I feel like maybe this one should be first, and then this one second. I don't know. Well, I'll figure it out if I decide to do this again. Someone better not turn us in. Better not. That's my son you're messing with. Also, I do want to show something real quick. Let me pull this up. I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes YouTube studio action. See here, let me make sure we're good. Okay, so this is channel content. The one-shot videos obviously did not do as well as the Pokemon videos. We kind of knew that already. But I did check analytics, and I want to show something real quick. So the analytics, this is like very important for YouTube videos. This graph here shows watch time. Average viewer duration 7 minutes, whatever. When it flatlines here, that's when nobody was watching. So these little spikes are like somebody skipping through, just checking things out. But what I want you to, by the way, this right here, this is really bad for videos. Just gonna throw that out there. Parts where nobody's watching is telling the algorithm that nobody is interested in the video, right? So that's bad. Yeah, so if you're gonna watch one of my videos on, you know, the gameplay channel, you gotta watch the whole thing. even if you're not like paying attention, just leave it running. Give me the retention. What I want to point out though is this bit right here. 7 minutes and 17 seconds into the video. This bit is right about the time Nico shows up. Notice the dip that happens right here. Goes from 38 to 23. This is when I do the Nico bit. And there's a dip right there. So people saw Nico show up and was like, no. And then they saw more and they were like, no. How dare you? How dare you? Anyway, what were we doing? Oh yeah, oh man, I have so many windows open now. They have no soul. I know. Freaking Philistines. Okay, so Ninja Turtles action figures, I guess we could try. Or maybe just TMNT. So that all TMNT characters, JoJo's Super. Why is JoJo Bizarre Adventure here? TMNT just Dreamcaster. What? Dreamcaster? What do you mean Dreamcaster's TMNT? Not a whole lot of action. What if we just search action figure? Let's see. Let's see what comes up. Live action animation hype. Why is this under action figure companies? Okay, well they have like, you can rank toy companies. Star Wars action figure lines. Character, action, style, Sonic action. Wait, why is there... Hey, mask. I'm not familiar with all the mask vehicles, though. Action figure YouTubers? So it's gonna be like Pixel Dan and... bunch of people I don't really... There's Foosh. There's... Yep, some people I don't know. There's a Transformers guy. I'm sure he's great. Alright. It's interesting that... Why does Mask have 2? Ultimate Star Wars character... Oh, we have to take a look at this. Oh, look! Cartoon Network live action shows. Hold on. We got 2 good ones. Ah, yes. The Cartoon Network live action. Yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them all in there. Yeah. Yeah. Screw you. Alright, I want to see how big this is. Oh my god. Jesus. Wow, they got like the rando aliens from... What's happening? They got like the rando aliens from the cantina. I'm not doing this. I don't even know who some of these characters are. That's just random, like, battle droid. I mean, we can look at it. It's interesting. Let's see who we can actually recognize. That's one. These are the Kaminoans from the clone facilities. That's Shakti. That's the old lady from the sequel movies. There's Jimmy Smits. There's White C-3PO. Whatever the hell this thing is. Whatever that is, there's regular C-3PO. No, this is not as big as One Piece. This is somehow smaller than One Piece. Well, there's Din Djarin. That's the gold lady from Rise of Skywalker that nobody cared about. There's the one... Oh, what the hell is her name? From Clone Wars and then Mandalorian. There's live action Ahsoka. Is animated Ahsoka also on here? There's Finn. There's that guy from the Senate. There's Jabba the Hutt. I think that's one of the characters from Solo. There's Watto Annie. You're a good boy, Annie. There's Jar Jar. There's Grand Moff Tarkin. There's the robot from Rogue One. There's what the fuck was his name? What was his name? It was like Zoop or something. What the the stupid guy from the sequel movie. What the hell was his name? Whatever. There's the Twi'lek lady, Snoke. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name. He was such a good character. There's this. That's the Twi'lek lady that got eaten by the Rancor. That's just Princess Leia in the disguise. There's Saw Gerrera. There's Boba Fett. That's the guy that kind of looks like Yoda but isn't. There's Lobot, everyone's favorite. I noticed that these are all just live action. There's like nobody from like Clone Wars or anything. There's this dude who I had an action figure of and I never knew who he was. There's who the hell is this guy? Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's this guy. This is, that's the I have spoken dude, right? From Mandalorian. There's that lady we're never gonna see again. There's... Why is he on here? That's the youngling that Anakin kills. There's the Emperor. There's TR-8R. Traitor! Probably one of the best characters from the sequels. That's Luminara. I know a lot of... I recognize a lot of these characters mostly because of Clone Wars. Because they actually turned them into characters. Instead of just being goofy background alien. What in the hell is this? What is that? It's got like weird lips. There's Qui-Gon Jinn, there's R2-D2. Random X-Wing pilot, can't barely tell who that is. There's the GameStop dude from from Force Awakens. For your Xbox and PS3, I will give you 3 portions. There's Dangar. Shut up, Dangar. That's the Conehead guy. Whatever his name was. Ewoks. You really gonna be go ahead and putting like random Ewoks on you? Oh no, that's Tebow, right? And then that's Wicket. There's Grogu. There's Rey. There's whatever that dude's name was. There's Grievous. There's Greedo. It's basically just playing guess the character at this point. Like there's Boss and Nass. Jar Jar, you going to go to the city. The Conehead guy is a psychopath? Really? I remember him from the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars, the miniseries, where he fought Grievous. Yeah, well, there be the Star Wars characters, all your favorites: Rancor Tamer. Two-headed dude from the pod races. The separatist alien that might be a racial stereotype, and Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, everyone's favorites. Really? I don't remember that of him ever. All right. Well, that was an interesting diversion. So they have like action figure companies. Marvel Legends, Diamond Select, McFarlane. What is this? HR Figure Arts. Once again, bad cropping. All right. Let's see what the Sonic action figures look like. Yep. They sure are Sonic action figures. Look at this one. Oh god. It's got a waist swivel. Looks like it got cut in half. Ugh. No Playmates. Nope. Nope. Alright, well, action figure seems to be kind of a bust. I mean, there's Marvel Legends, but I'm not familiar with all the Marvel Legends. Roman Reigns, just the, oh dear lord, the female figure. Again, open to suggestions. We still got a little bit of time left, so if anybody wants to see anything particular, let's see what Kane looks like. Yep, a whole lot of Kane. Here's him as Here's him as racist Governor Kane. You can go there. I liked Kane when he wore a mask and didn't speak. Roman Reigns. So they have like tier lists for specific wrestlers, because wrestling figures are like another subculture in action figure collecting, kind of like Transformers. Hatsune Miku. Oh my god. There's a lot of them. There's, yep. Mm-hmm. That'd be some Miku. You can tell by the hair. Christmas tree. I think we looked for Christmas treats, but it wasn't. It's Christmas songs, but it wasn't really that. Ice cream treats. 90s and oh, Christmas goodies. Okay, well, we'll look at these. I don't know if I'll do any of them. We already did Halloween's over, boys. Pack it up. Christmas goodies. I mean, see, this is another problem the tier lists have. Apparently, they just like to repeat stuff. Dragon Ball. Oh God, that's probably gonna be huge. That's okay. We're just kind of killing time and seeing like what else we can do. We got some. I think we saw some of this during the Halloween stream though. Dragon Ball characters. Oh boy, how big is this? Okay, not nearly as big as I thought. I'm not gonna do this as a tier list. Again, we could just like look at these, see like who we recognize. That is Future Mai, the one that like hooked up with Trunks, which is a very, very weird twist on the series. We got androids. We've got some characters from Super that I don't remember. There's the Cybermen. There's that's what's her name from Dr. Slump, who cameoed. There's all the versions of Frieza and Cooler and King Cole. We got Nameks that got their heads cut off. Black Goku arc, a little bit. Cooler. Alright, well, I mean, we can just sum this up with one move here. We all know who's the best. American soundtrack for Cooler. It's cool. Alright. There we go. That's all we really need. He's the world champion! Brother! Some of these are from like the end tournament. Here's Oob, who they never did anything with again, because things got retconned. And probably characters from some of the movies that are also no longer canon. Yep. All right. Well, that's the. There's the Dragon Ball character list. Like, again, we only need this up there. That's fine. Tier list complete. Oh, bridge is always fun. Of course it is. Let's see. Avengers tier list. All Captain America salutes, MCU only. What? I'm sorry, what? Oh, suits, not some. I mean, okay. Sure, there they are. Because, you know why? Because he was saluting. And my brain put that together. I was like, wait, they made a tier list of every time he salutes? What? Tier list people need to, like, go touch grass. Alright, well, here's some of the Avengers. It's probably not an up-to-date list, but here they are. Alright, so we have, the Master from, Doctor Strange. She didn't do a whole lot, honestly. So, B tier, the Ancient One, yes. There's Black Panther. He's cool. Black Widow is cool. Bucky wasn't really that interesting until Falcon and Winter Soldier, honestly. Like they didn't really like explore him as a character until then. There's Cap, he's great. Doctor Strange. Drax is cool. I don't think there's really any bad characters. But what is I'm trying to figure out what this one is. I'm not sure who this character is. I'm like, it's like too dark. Zoom in. All right. Enhance. You know what? Maybe I should just do tier lists like this. Like, oh, this is so much better. All right, who is this? It's so dark. All right. Well, anyway, here's Sam before he became Captain America. He goes up there. Gamora is cool until like in like the second movie she was better, I think. Hawkeye before he went all Ronin. Or no, this is when he went Ronin. I don't really like the Ronin character. There's regular ass Hulk. I like Hulk. There's Tony. I mean, you gotta have like, you gotta have the original three together, right? Loki, you know what? Because of the show, I'm gonna go ahead and put him there. Mantis, I really liked Mantis. I'm gonna put her next to Drax. Okay. Nebula, hot take, one of the most interesting characters in the whole series. I like Nebula. Nick Fury, of course, goes there. Yep, that's she's great in the Holly. I bet I'm gonna watch it eventually. We still haven't figured out who this is. Like, I'm seriously staring at this. I can't comprehend who this is. So I'm gonna leave him. I'll leave whoever that is right there. That's Peggy Carter, right? And Sharon Carter, who might be a traitor. That's Ant-Man? No. If that's Ant-Man, why'd they pick this picture of him? Anyway, Peter Quill. Alright, here's the thing. We have MCU. We have MCU Quicksilver. Bad Quicksilver. How in the hell does he get hit with a bullet? No, seriously, I never thought of that until, like, recently. Like, how does he get shot? Meanwhile, the X-Men universe Quicksilver, like, runs over to the bullet and, like, uses his finger to move it out of the way. Like, what the hell, man? Alright, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so it makes it easier for for me to do this? Oh, hey, if I zoom out enough, I think it takes the ad away. Nice. Yeah, but he could have like stopped the bullet. Like, he didn't have to take the bullet. He could have like redirected it or like shoved Hawkeye out of the way or something. Wanda, Mystery Man, MCU Spider-Man is not my favorite, or Tom Holland is not my favorite Spider-Man, but I do like him. Thanos was very interesting, so I put him there. Ultron, a little bit less interesting, and there's Vision. Studio Pop, yeah. Who in the freaking hell is this? I want to know. We're zooming in all the way. We're going in hot. We are enhancing. Put you there. Whoa. Whoa, why is that moving? What is happening? Hold on. We've zoomed in too much. Where'd he go? There he is. Alright, who in the hell are you? That's Wong? You know what? Hold on. Can I save this? No, I can't save it. I was gonna like save this as an image and do like a reverse image search. If it's even possible. It's so dark. Alright, well, who's missing from up here? Cap, Iron Man, Thor, Doctor Strange, Black Panther. Alright, well, there it is. It's gonna be someone super obvious, and we're all gonna feel real stupid about this. Guardian is a guy. That's Ronan the Accuser? No, he was like blue. I mean, Ant-Man is missing from here. So we got Cap, Tony, Thor, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Black Widow, Loki, Nebula, Peggy Carter, Peter Quill, Rocket, Spider-Man, Thanos, Ancient One, Bucky, Drax. Okay, we have all the... The dude Thanos kills in Guardians of the Galaxy. Very oddly, who is it though? Like what's the character's name? Appeared in the first Avengers. Was this the guy that Loki was talking to? Like right before, like, or no, or, oh man, wow, why is this bothering me? The other. Hold on. Yep, there he is. It's this guy. You know, everyone's favorite. The challenge them to... Why is he on the... Why was he on... We spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out who that is. Why though? Oh, okay, I gotta realign myself now. All right, well, he's an F tier because fuck him. That's what there you go. There you go. All right, well, does anybody have any other suggestions? Maybe we can do real quick. Otherwise, maybe we'll just end this. I'm gonna not do this one. We did Don Bluth already. Female Avengers. Let's see. Female Marvel Avengers. I mean, we just did Avengers list. This feels just kind of... Again, it's more overlap. Indie games. Okay, indie games might be interesting. Let's see. We can, at the very least, we can at the very least, you know, maybe, oh my, 129 indie games. Oh no. Oh my god. True. Alright, well, I guess... I don't know if I want to do this as a tier list, but maybe we can, like, recognize some characters. Well, there's Otis. There's Maotsuki. There's Cuphead. Let's start at the top. That's, what the fuck is that game called with the not crit... Blasphemy, right? I have no idea what this is. I don't know that one, don't know that one, don't know that one, don't know that one. That is Terraria. This is Don't Starve. That's Super Meat Boy. Don't recognize that, don't recognize that. That's Omari. Don't recognize that, don't recognize that. Hey, maybe we can get some ideas for some new games I could play from this. Don't recognize the chicken, don't recognize it. That's from Helltaker, I think, which is a free game, by the way. Cuphead, that's from... What the heck is that game? I think I just recently bought it on Steam. Let me see. Did I buy that on Steam? Eastward, I think it's called. It has an interesting premise. Maybe we'll play that sometime. Under something is under hero or under something. It's I don't remember. Some dude eating popcorn is Matsuki. That is Patricia Wagon from Mighty Switch Force. I think I just recently bought that game actually. Maybe we'll play it. There's Otis. There's my boy Otis. Don't know. Don't know. That is from Crypt of the Necro Dancer. Is that Dark Souls or Elden Ring? I don't know. There's Shovel Knight. Don't recognize. That's Pizza Tower. A game I've not played, but looks interesting. River City Girls. Kaze of something, I think it's called Retro City Rampage, aka 8-bit Grand Theft Auto. I remember playing that on Xbox. Dead Cells, don't know. I think that's Skullgirls. Castle Crashers, don't know. That is Dead Estate, I believe. There's my brain's not working either from the late night. The late night is approaching and the brain does not work so well. That is Limbo. Don't know. There's Shantae. Among Us. Don't know. Henry Stickmin. Don't know. I recognize the character. I can't think of the name of the game. Don't know. That is Hat Girl from A Hat in Time. something. I don't know what that says. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. There's Five Nights at Freddy's. Don't know. Don't know. Vaguely familiar. Oh, there is Cave Story. I should stream that sometime. That game is very upsetting. That is Tunic. There's Stardew Valley. Don't know. Don't know. Is that Ori in the Blind Forest? I have that as well. Don't know. I think that's Bug's Tale. Celeste. I think that's Enter the Gungeon. Fez. Oh, Freedom Planet, which I should probably stream that or something. Is that Guacamelee? Hollow Knight, Hylix, which is a very, very weird game. I recognize this character, but I can't think of who they are. Same with this one. Can't tell what that is. Don't know. That's Splunky, and this is Splunky 2. Binding of Isaac. I recognize that character, but I can't think of it. Don't know. That's Valhalla, the game where you play as a bartender in a futuristic bar. I've seen One Eyed Freakbot play that a couple times. Looks interesting. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. There's Hades, Friday Night Funkin'. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Them's Fightin' Herds. The Witness. Don't know that one. Don't know that one. Not sure. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Oh, that's Axiom Verge. How are these all real games? Because people make them and put them on Steam. Cult of the Lamb. Gee, guys, who's that? I don't recognize this character at all. But he's very handsome and probably a very good mage. Don't know. Don't know. Anton Blast, I think that is. It's a relatively new game. Don't know. Octodad. I love the theme to Octodad. Because he's supposed to be an octopus disguised as a human. Octodad, no one suspects a thing. Don't know. That's Stray, which is a very interesting game. I've seen playthroughs of it. They could have been fake. Nope, they are all real. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Strikey Sisters. Don't know. Alien Hominid. Is that Runbow or whatever it's called? Braid. I was gonna say Fez again, but that's not Fez. I don't know what that is. That's I know this game, but I can't think of the name of it. It's the one with the cat inside the mech. Anyway, I think that's I Want to Be the Guy, which I guess kind of counts as an indie game. Is that the KO Kangaroo or whatever it's called? I recognize this little guy, but I can't think of the name of it. There's Oxenfree, which, again, I'm still waiting for that sequel to come out. Striker Sisters, again, twice on here. Sundried. There's Claw Girl from, They Bleed Pixels. And this is V. Yes, seriously, if you don't know what this game is, it is literally just like several V's in a row. V. Well, there's some indie games for you. Yeah, it's a weird puzzle game where you gotta like go up on the ceiling and then down, and you gotta like avoid spikes and stuff. It's one of those like very frustrating, like you gotta get it right the first time type of games. Well, here's some indie games. If anybody watching this sees Ori's right here. But then there was this character that kind of looked like Ori. I wasn't sure who this is. If anybody sees, if anybody knows of any of these games, be sure to point out if it's good, and make sure I can tell which one I'm looking at. But yeah, if anybody wants to suggest any of these that we haven't played yet, I'm gonna play through them all. I know for certain I have a couple of these in my library. I don't know if I'll play through them all, but, you know, we've already played through some of them. So, got a good head start. But yeah, again, if anybody watching this recognizes... I have Ori. I have both Ori games. Should get to that at some point. Once the schedule frees up. But yeah, feel free to suggest any of these if they're any good. For people that are familiar with these. God, there's so many. This doesn't even scratch the surface on indie games, I don't think. Like, there's so many out there. Well, yeah, look at that. They Undertale wasn't even on there. Like, look, there's so many more. Outer Wilds, Subnautica, Slay the Spire, whatever, Kitana Zero or whatever, Guacamelee, second Guacamelee. BVV was just, yeah, a lot of people are like that. Binding of Isaac, Firewatch, My Friend Pedro. There's VVV right there. The Witness, Owlboy. Someone should make like a tier list for me of like all the games I've played since I've been streaming, and we just do that. And I'll do that. That's you. I'm gonna do another one of these in January sometime. So, someone out there who has been watching, make a tier list for me of something related to me, and maybe we'll do it. There's Noita. I've been wanting to play Noita. It's one of those like, kind of frustrating games, but it looks kind of fun. There's Cupheads. There's Hollow Knight. I'm still waiting for Silksong to come out. Soon, hopefully. There's Ori again. There's our boy right there. You know what? Where was... There you go. There you go. Nico and Otis hanging out together. Ori. There's World of Horror. Papers, Please, Cryptid and Necrodancer. Each of the cartoons I reviewed? Oh gosh. There's Braid again. Psycho... I've been wanting to play Psychonauts too. I have both of them in my library. Because I've heard nothing but good things about that game. Guacamelee. Mad Father. He looks so mad. Um... 20. I mean, I guess, you know. Inmost, which I don't think I have, but it looks kind of interesting. There's Minecraft. There's Yume Nikki. That's the original Yume Nikki, too. Stardew Valley. I've been wanting to do, like, either Stardew Valley or Minecraft for a while now. I don't know if you guys know, but Rubber Ross, you know, Ross O'Donovan, he set up a Minecraft server for, like, streamers and YouTubers. And, I tried to get in on that, but, I don't think I'm popular enough, because he never got back to me. Which is a shame. I should show you guys something, actually, before we go. In preparation for a potential Minecraft playthrough, I made a custom skin. If I could find the friggin' site so I can upload it. Oh. Hold on, I screwed it up. Oh wait, it's still uploaded somehow. Okay. Check it out. I have too many tabs open, I'm confused now. But look, I made this. Pretty cool, right? What I found out is that there's Pepsi. What I found out though is that there's an outer layer, so you can add depth to your character. I wish I had known that before I did this whole thing, but yeah, I have a custom Minecraft skin that I made in case we ever actually do a Minecraft stream. But yeah, there it is. There's Blocky Rob ready to go whenever we do this. There you go. Alright, I think we're done for tonight. I'm getting kind of tired, and my water's run out, so... thankfully it was Friday today. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Stardew Valley is more my speed. I do really like Stardew Valley. Minecraft, I feel like, is best played with other people. Like, if you're on a server and hanging out with other people, I think that's a better experience than just playing by yourself. But unfortunately, I don't have any friends that play Minecraft, and I wasn't allowed on the big content creator server because I am but a peasant. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining me. Please give me a follow if you haven't done so already. And go to Rob the Casual Gamer, where I upload all my streams. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because it helps the channel. Watch the one-shot playthrough, because it needs views. It very upsets me that people saw Nico show up and just left. Assholes. Anyway, yeah, thanks for being here, and I will see you guys later. Oh, Monday's Pokemon, so join me then.